I want to drive my racing lawnmower. The brakes are finally done, and now there's only 2.5 things left before I can drive it. One of them is the steering that snapped last time. The other thing is the seat. It's leaned forward, so you sit really bad in it, and the seat is also rubbing on the fender. I'm Pierre, this is my racing lawnmower. So let's start fixing it. Gonna start taking the hood off so I can get access to the steering and then show you what's going on. This is how my steering looks. I have my rack and pinion here in the front, and then I have a chain. And this chain is going all the way in the back, where there's another sprocket over there. You can also see I have 2 pulleys, and that is to change the direction, as well as having this guy here to tension the chain. But I have to change a couple of things. When you look from this angle, you can see that this wire will rub here. That's no good. The same on the other side. This one over here, so you need to have a different angle because otherwise it will rub. And if it rubs, it will bind up. I did just realize that the job is gonna be 3 times bigger than I thought. I have to take the engine out to probably be able to work on it. I have to drill some holes, which I can't get to because the engine is there. So I will mark some spots where I need to drill and where the engine is. Then I will take the engine apart, take it out, and update you on how it's going from there. Probably gonna take 2 minutes. I disconnected everything from the motor, fuel line, wires, throttle cable, exhaust, and some other stuff. So now I just have to take it off. Let's see if I can do it. It's kind of heavy and a little bit tricky to do. Now I have a hole where the engine used to be. So I'm gonna remove the fuel tank, make a plan on how I want to mount these things, catch you up, and then mount them. As you can see, I took the fuel tank out, and now you can also see these pulleys. These pulleys I installed to reverse the direction of the steering. Otherwise, if I steer to the right, it will go left. These pulleys are actually bending forward because of the tension. So what I need to do is bend them a little bit back and make a bracket, something like this. I can make a hole through here so the bolt is held. The other reason why I took the engine out is because I have those, which are basically small guides with bearings to route the wire in a nice way. And I need to move it further back so I get more steering angle. And I also want to turn it around. And the only way I can do that is taking the engine out, because on this side I have the engine roughly here, and on the other side I have the exhaust, so I wouldn't be able to drill a hole. Let's just take the engine out and do it properly and not make 4 episodes about the steering and just get it right this time. I think I will get started with something and then figure out the rest. So I need to modify this bolt in 2 ways. It needs to fit in between here, and then the length needs to be shorter than this. I went from this setup to this. I mounted it directly to the wall and tightened it a lot. So now it's not gonna move or wiggle compared to this one. It can wiggle, and also the angle, if it's tight, it might drop a little bit right here. Next up, I have to remove the wheels so I actually can get there. Let's remove this one now. Let's drill a hole right here. This ain't going anywhere. This is what holds my steering together, and I made a major mistake last time. I didn't remove the plastics. Last time when I wanted to drive and tried the steering, the plastic ripped off and I lost steering. So what I did is bought a much thicker wire and removed the plastic off the ends. You can see the difference in diameter quite easily. Now that I trimmed the plastic off the ends, like here, and put it all back together, I can slap it on. But the way I mount it is I have this hook, so I can untie this and then get it around, tie it, and get it tight with this one. This one back on. Now I have more steering angle because this is not gonna hit. Now there's a lot of space still here. This is touching, and the same the other way. Now this one is touching, and there's still space here. So that's perfect. I cut and drilled those brackets, and now that I mounted one of them, I'm gonna show you what I did. So previously it was like this, and you can see that they bent because they only were supported in the bottom section. Now I added this plate, so now they support it in 2 places, making it much stronger. As expected, this pulley I need to have further up. Optimally, I would have it somewhere like this. The problem is that right here is the oil filter, so I have to do something where I get it up here. As you can see, I assembled the steering and it's working, and even the smallest movements are translated to the steering wheels, which makes me quite happy. It feels quite tight, and that's really good. I did this pulley like this, so it's in the same height as this point and this point. And it hopefully will clear the air filter. The only way to know for sure is to mount the engine back in, or at least place it back. But before that, I want to put some wheels on. Just put it on the table and see how it feels with a little bit of load on. It's back on the ground, so let's give the steering wheel another little shake. And I can actually, honestly, quite easily turn it with one hand. And I can go all the way from lock to lock. So, but the biggest test is still coming, and that's seeing if the engine still fits in this. I'm not 100% sure, but there's only one way to find out. I removed the front bumper, so it's easier to lift the engine in. I'm not that strong that I can lift it like this. The engine is back in. However, I don't clear the oil filter, so my solution I have to redesign. I made some marks. I'm gonna take the engine out now again and figure out how I will want to build it. I spent quite some time trying to figure out how I want to mount the things, route it, without bumping into things. Let me show you what I got and the challenges I'm facing. The first thing you probably notice is this empty tape roll. It's illustrating my oil filter, and you can see I have enough clearance, so I'm not worried to hit it. However, I had to put an extra amount here because every little bit of flex is actually making it bind up a little bit. And if you look closely, you can see that this is already breaking, which means that these blocks have a too small pulley. So I have to get some with a bigger diameter and then try it again. Since the last clip, a lot of hours have passed. I took the engine out and then probably like 3 times. So what I did is try to clear the oil filter without binding up. I actually had to go to the shop and buy a new pulley. The other one was too small, meaning that it was too sharp of a bend. So that is fixed now, and it actually works. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I'm at a point now where I feel, let's see how it is to drive and see if it's completely garbage. As you probably also can see, the seat is back on. I added 4 rubber mounts, which allowed the seat to be lifted, and now the seat is resting on those as well as these, which results in the seat being more straight and the seating position way more comfy. What is missing is wiring the engine up, adding the battery, trying to sit on it, while steering, and then going for a test ride. Everything should be wired, the motor, the belt, fuels in the tank, the throttle, all these kinds of little things should be fine. So now I just need to get it down and see how it fits. Let's try to sit in it. I hope it's better than last time. It is better. Is it perfect? Probably not. I guess the only thing left is go for a test ride. As you can see, it's complete dark. I tried to put some lights so you can at least see a little bit, but I don't have time to drive it tomorrow because the video is coming out tomorrow and I still need to edit a bunch of stuff. So first test ride after the rebuild. thing is fast. Holy shit! Holy! Holy shit! Holy shit! I'm shitting my pants right now. Holy shit, man! Sorry. I'll try not to swear too much. The acceleration is insane. I can feel the power. This is another level. I can't believe it! Woo, that's been worth it! Holy shit, I think the exhaust is falling off. Holy shit. Holy shit. Just has grip, power, and since I feel I sit much further forward, the weight is better, and it handles better, and as soon as you roll a little bit, the steering is actually fine. I will need to test it much more, but holy shit, this is crazy, man. Let's try this one more time. This is absolutely insane. It's so much better than I thought it would be. Holy shit. Oh. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. For a first test ride, this was insane. Absolutely insane. I still can't believe it. For the first test ride, it went like a rocket. Typically, a lot of things break on my first test drive, and I barely get moving, the belt is slipping or the motor doesn't run properly. But this time, I mean, I probably went up to like close to 50 kilometers an hour, and I tried to take it easy, but it was really difficult. For taking it easy and just seeing if brakes work and steering work in the dark, I think it went pretty well. Also the donut in the end, that felt crazy. I think the funny thing about this machine is the short but wide wheelbase, and I got some bigger tires now, and that is noticeable. You sit quite nice, the weight balance is much better, and do I need to tweak a lot of things? Of course I do. The steering has a little bit of slope, but I'm sure the concept works, and as soon as you start driving a little bit, the steering feels actually quite tight. The brakes actually work pretty good. Maybe I will adjust the full throttle position, but also I'm missing my little footrest here. Throttle, yeah, the engine is running rich, and I need to adjust a couple of things so it's actually running perfectly, but I'd rather have it run a little bit too rich than too lean. I mean, it pulls. I can feel the difference of the carburetor. I feel it has like at least 50% more horsepower. I'm really happy with the steering wheel position. Usually I would drive like this, like probably a lot of you also do, but But before I tweak it, I want to drive it some more, so that's gonna be in the next episode. Really drive it, do some proper tests I can repeat, and see in the future how much I improve it, like acceleration, handling, and all those kinds of things, and figure out, okay, what is my baseline, and then go from there and start tweaking it. So next episode, we're gonna drive it in the sunlight with the hood on, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm looking so much forward to it. But if you watch until now, maybe consider subscribing, since I assumed you liked the video. And if you want to watch more similar videos, click over here. There's a bunch of them. So thank you so much. See you in the next episode where I will drive this even more. Goodbye.